This is an article that looked at the differences between men and women's views on abortion. So polls
I think I saw this.
show, I shared it the other day. Polls consistently show that women are more likely than men to support a reduction in the abortion limit. In 2011, a YouGov poll, 28% of men supported a reduction, 46% of women did. 2012, 24% of men and 49% of women, so that's gone down for men and up for women. In an Angus Reid poll, 35% of men, 59% of women, and then 45% of men and 59% of women. This raises some pretty big implications, the most obvious being that if it were left to women to vote on the issue with men out of the picture, there's a good chance that the result would be in favor of restricting abortion. On the flip side, if only men voted, they'd almost certainly vote in favor of women's reproductive rights.
Let's break that down, because that's really interesting. Why is that? Why is that?
They put forward a bunch of different potential explanations.
Yeah.
One of them being that women who go through childbirth are part of that group. And if you've had a child, if you have given birth to a child,
right,
your support for abortion seems to go down quite sort of rightly so. It's magical. You realize that this is the sort of thing you want your friends to enjoy and experience and build families.
Yep, that makes sense. And then I just think of whenever I think of more men, if it was possible, I mean, this is what I would think, is more men want abortion because it's just a bunch of bros who don't want kids. You know, but obviously it's not the case. Wait, no, it is the case, right? So men are vying for more abortion, or more men are vying for abortion rights.
That's correct.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, because we're just a bunch of bros that don't want to have kids.
So what they're saying is that this still got linked around somehow. This got linked around to the misogynistic patriarchal substrate construct that overarches everything, and said, well, look, what's happening here? This is obvious. It's obvious that men are just trying to control women's bodies still. They're permitting them to have their body, their choice, but this just permits men to spray it around as much as they want and not really time their withdrawal method too well.
Yep. Wait, I'm sorry. So the assumption that more men would vote for abortion leads you to that? Or is it the other way around?
So men want to have a reduction in the number of restrictions on abortion, which means that more people will be able to get them, which would permit them to have more sex more liberally with less protection and less good timing on their withdrawal.
It's one of those things where it's like, there is no opposing the argument because you use the opposition of the argument against them. There's a really good one. I forget who it was. It was one of the Gracies, which the Gracies are the founding family of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And there was this lore of, I think it might have been Helio Gracie, but I'm not entirely sure. But he went to fight Kimura, which now is a common attack that we use in jiu-jitsu. And Kimura is a Japanese, I think like judoka, so judo, whatever. And they made this huge thing that, it was a massive fight, and Helio was like 50 pounds underweight and, gave Kimura the greatest fight of his life. And Kimura ended up beating him. Fast forward to, later, I think it was Rickson Gracie. And did you have him on your show, by the way?
No, I decided against it.
Okay. We can talk about that in a bit, but you read his book, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically Rickson Gracie, I think, was beat by someone. And what the Gracie said was he used good, Gracie-style jiu-jitsu to beat us. I'm not sure if they said that about the Kimura fight, but that's kind of the idea, is like, even if you beat me, it's because of the ideas that I had that you beat me.
Yeah.
Right? Which is the same thing here.
Well, what's happening here is that you have an ideology, and then you try and wrap reality around that ideology. So it's unfalsifiable. And no matter what direction you come at it from, it's still... Yeah, I mean,
that's always fun, isn't it?
You're in Austin, Texas right now. I mean, are the people on the streets fucking protesting this? Is anyone talking about it in the gym?
It's a very liberal city, so people might not understand
but
that.
They must be pissed.
Yeah, I think just go on Instagram and you can find a lot more pissed people about this, across the country. It's very interesting that in the same week that Greg Abbott, the governor, says that abortions will not be allowed after 6 weeks of pregnancy, that conceal and carry does not require a license anymore.
What's that mean?
So you can conceal a weapon or a firearm without having a license or without having to gain a license.
Do you need a special kind of license to do a concealed carry? Because presumably you need one for the gun, but then do you need extra training to be able to carry it?
That's usually the case, right? Cool. So you usually go to like a weekend training course. I think you have to take some tests, and then you have to file, and then you can get your conceal and carry. And I believe that now it's almost completely gone, that conceal and carry, bylaw where you have to take a course.
Got people walking around.
So we, like, the same week that we have like the most lenient gun control laws, we have the most extreme abortion laws. So people think that Texas is fucking crazy.
Yeah, quite rightly. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that, then press here for the full, unedited episode. And don't forget to subscribe. It makes me very happy indeed. Peace.